Hi everybody. Today I wanted to go over some tips that I've learned about the round pen versus a lunge rope. I started off, I didn't have a round pen. I didn't even know how to use a round pen. And so I trained all my horses on a lunge rope, like this. You know, I have a lot of lunge ropes. This is one of them. And when you use these, it's just pretty much a big hassle. The round pen works so great, and I just wanted to let y'all know the differences in them. One problem with the lunge rope that I learned when you're teaching a horse to use a lunge rope, they're pulling on you constantly or coming into you constantly. So you're either trying to get them out away from you, or you're trying to keep them from pulling you, and you're just struggling. Another problem is I had one horse reared up on me while I was doing it, so I had to go in after her because of that, because you can't let them get away with it. The whole reason you're in there in the first place is because you're trying to gain respect. You're making them move their feet so you can have respect. So especially if they're being disrespectful towards you, that's when you want to do it, and that's when they're acting like little bad horses. So you're in there trying to get their respect, and they're trying to boss you around. So you're stuck to them with this. But with the round pen, you stick them in there and you have a distance. They're not pulling on you. If they try to come into you, you use your whip. And you have different sizes. You can have all different sizes. Depending on how far away you want to keep them from you, but you can keep them away from you, and it's not dangerous. This here's can be dangerous with them right on top of you. I actually had a horse kick at me, and it happened so fast. It was completely unexpected, and he got in close right before he did it. He didn't want to be bossed around, so he kicked up at me. And he actually hit me, just a little line across my finger. I looked at it, I had a little line of dirt right on my finger, and I was like, if that was any closer, he could have broke my wrist. He could have kicked me in the head if he was a little bit closer than that. So, you know, it gets sometimes a little scary when they're acting like little bad horses. So we got the round pen put up, and I had to learn how to use it, but now that I know, it's just wonderful. So I kind of wanted to share for people who don't maybe know how to use a round pen, how to do it. And I'm going to have another video after this, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to lunge a real young horse. You could start them really, really small. They do really well, and even the older horses do really well. But yeah, if you get it put up, you want to put up probably around a 50-foot round pen, and you can teach them in there. It's much safer for you, and you get a lot more respect even than with the lunge rope, because they don't really get the same chances to mess with you like they do with this lunge rope. What you want to do when you take them into the round pen is you go in, and you will want to do some sensitizing and desensitizing, because you will be using the whip, and you don't want them freaking out every time they see the whip. So you want to do that after you do a round pen session. I found, like especially with my horses that like to go and go, if I try to do the desensitizing first, they will just start running in circles while I'm doing it, just because they want to run. They actually like to get in the round pen and run around. So I do everything after they get good and tired, and it's easier at that point, and they have more respect for you at that point too. Another thing, when you're finished in the round pen, they'll start following you around, and that shows that they're at that point connected up with you and they're respecting you, and that's the end goal. That's what you want to see. You always want to see them come and follow you. So what you're going to do is take them in to the round pen, and you're going to unhook them from their harness. Then you want to get your whip, and the first thing you're going to do is point for them. And I usually start off, if they're looking in one direction or the other, I may point in the direction where they're looking anyway. And so you point for them to go into that direction, and as they move, if they don't move, then you click at them, click like that. And then if they don't move at that point, you kind of get your whip going and you let them know, hey, I'm coming. And if that doesn't get them to respond, then you go in and you whack them with it a little bit on their butt, and they will usually start moving. And if they don't, then you get in more aggressive until they do. Once they start moving in that direction, then you keep them going for a little bit, and you can kind of tell when they look over at you. They'll kind of give you a look like, what do you want me to do now? I'm just running in this direction. And you'll walk kind of in front of them, because while they're going around, you want to be kind of pushing at their shoulder. Stake a little bit to the side and behind their shoulder, pushing in, and you'll be walking around. And you'll see that in the video when I take Shiloh in. I'm going to be pushing her right at her shoulder and walking her around. Actually running. I'll be walking, she'll be running. And you just keep them going, and then when you're ready for them to turn the other way, you kind of walk in front of that shoulder, the line of where the shoulder is, a little bit kind of in front, but not directly in front of them, and you motion to them to get their attention. And when they look at you, you point the other way. When you do that, they should turn, and you're going to actually put the whip in your other hand at that point. Do this. They should turn, and then you come at them. If they don't go, then you come at them again, click first, and then whip, and they should move. Now if they move and try to show you their rear end, that's a no-no. So you turn them back in the same direction they were just coming from, and you get them going back in that way in a fast manner, like you're kind of going after them quickly, and get them going back. At that point, when you're ready to turn them around again, try it again, walk in front of the line again, get their attention, and then when they give you their attention, point again. And if they move from the front where they're giving you their face and they turn, that's what you want to see. You let them go, and then you keep them going, and you want to keep them going at a pretty good pace. A lot of times they'll try to slow down and get slower and slower. You don't want to see that. You want to keep them going, keep them running a little bit, get some speed up. You want them to get a little tired, and you just continue like that. And at one point, after a little while, don't get them too tired now. You don't want to just keep going and going and going, because I saw that somebody was doing that one time, and I told them, I said, the horse is getting tired, you need to stop. And they didn't listen, and then the horse started getting mad about it, and then I had to go in and fix the situation, because the horse started kicking and stuff, and that wasn't good. So I had to go in and fix it, and it was not a fun situation to have to deal with, but it had to be done, because when something goes wrong, you got to fix it right away, because they'll remember it and they'll try to do it more later. But anyway, just get them to where they're a little bit tired, and you can see they're looking at you to come in. Now when they look at you like, can I come in, then and if they've run enough where they're getting a little tired, then what you're going to do is bring them into you like you did, but instead of making them turn, you turn around and give them your back, kind of your back and shoulder, and then you just start walking, and you put your whip down and you start walking. They should follow you at that point, and you just keep walking, kind of go in circles. They should come in, and you'll see that on the video that I do with Shiloh. She'll follow me in, and when they do that, that's what you want to see. And then at that point, you can do your desensitizing with the whip. If they don't follow you, then what you're going to want to do is go right back in there, point, and get them going again. Apparently they're not tired enough. They want to keep going. So go ahead and let them have their fun, and let them go some more until they want to follow you into the center. But once they follow you into the center, give them their break and let them know this is where you rest, and this is where you have respect for me, and you're not going to be acting up, and it's all going to be good. So My opinion, I will never use a lunge rope again. I don't like them now that I've had this, and I just see a lot better improvement. In fact, it doesn't matter what you're doing with your horse, even if they're acting up on something like getting their feet done, or anything you're doing with them. If they start acting up, you could take them straight to the round pen and get them going, and by the time they're out, they're usually just really good. They're acting just 100% better. So that's my tip for getting some respect and having an easier time with your horse, and it actually helps them think, and it teaches them. And if you want a good horse that's easy to work with, I would definitely recommend getting yourself a round pen and building it however you can. Make it safe, but get something up so that you can separate yourself and not be in a dangerous situation with lunging. Thank you.